providence to the world. This was a fatal mistake, and our analysts are tracing its origin as we speak. In the meantime, we have a lead on Lucas Gray's top lieutenant. Turns out the Delgado cartel's counterfeiting unit was creating fake IDs for the militia, and one operative in particular stands out, Wazir Kale, an infamous South China Sea pirate better known by his nom de guerre, the Maelstrom. The Maelstrom and his cutthroat band of outlaws were the scourge of the shipping industry in the post-recession years. But his reign of terror came to an end with the disastrous 2014 hijacking of the supertanker Francis King. Chinese elite forces stormed the ship, resulting in the deaths of a dozen sailors and most of the Maelstrom's crew. But Kale slipped away unseen. The Maelstrom's connection to Gray is unknown, but we believe it was he who carried out the audacious killing of a Providence CEO in Shanghai, along with two reactivated members of his old pirate gang, Vanya Shah, a shady figure in Mumbai's criminal underworld, and Dawood Rangan, the gang's old cashier turned dodgy movie producer. Shah, Rangan, and the Maelstrom form Lucas Gray's Eastern Cell. They are a crack strike team, and stopping them is our client's most pressing concern. Unfortunately, the elusive Maelstrom appears to have vanished into the seedy underbelly of Mumbai, the cradle of his criminal legend, and no one knows his whereabouts or what he currently looks like. So, a bandit queen, a showbiz charlatan, and one certifiable ghost. I shall leave you to prepare.
Yes, hello and welcome to the RRWC22 World Championships 2022. We have another lower bracket round 3 game today between KKaneta and Nezuko Chan this time. This game was going to be casted by myself at 7 AM my time, and then got delayed till 9 AM my time, and then got delayed once more to 3 PM, then delayed till 3:15. So we've got the game on, and that's all that matters. The game is going to happen here. Kicking things off on Mumbai, picked by KKaneta, and the most based pick from Nezuko, Dartmoor. Yes, respectable as anything. I love the Dartmoor pick, I really do. Mumbai pick, not as much. But yeah, it's a good way to start things off here. The Dartmoor's worth the wait. It's going to be worth the wait no matter what it is. And our first spin on Mumbai will be here. And it will be loud explosive weapon, Vanya Servant for Wazir Kale. Vanya Shah, injected poison as the Thug. Dawood Rangan, assault rifle as the Tailor. I mean, it's not like a spin I'm jumping out my seat for. I'm not run out my chair, shirt off, celebrating. You know, it is a spin. It's an interesting one, perhaps with a loud Maelstrom kill, but with any loud explosive weapon, it's going to be on exit. Probably, I would imagine. The Vanya kills live, but whenever you knock out Vanya, you do the kill unless it's a loud kill. The Dawood kill is a weapon kill, but you just snare them off. You just snare them off. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the approach from both here. The way they string up the kills. Of course, there's always the difference between these maps. Who strings the kills in the best manner.
We're probably going to Maelstrom on the... I will need a crowbar though.
Okay, we'll unfortunately there have the Holy Man and the Maelstrom hand in hand with each other. We'll go to knock out the Maelstrom. Actually, does knock out the Maelstrom. But the Holy Man hears it. He's right there. 47 fades through the Holy Man. But Nezuko, oh, this is interesting. Oh my god, we've seen something different. We see a Vanya Servant start. Pog. I am pogging. I am just like, I'm pogging. We see something other than the Skywalk start on this map? Or a Tower start? What? What is this? Mate, I'm actually like celebrating. I mean, I'm like, oh my god, what are we seeing? That's going to be worth the wait for sure. It has an assault rifle on his back as well. Mate, what are we seeing? This is like fantastic stuff. He can do the Wazir kill up on the hill, probably still be on exit, but even then it's still base and everything. Like, ain't that bad at all. We'll leave his assault rifle here. For the meantime, we use a snail as the throw distraction for the two guards here. Can get a knockout. Maybe if the Dark Maul is consume poison, okay, it might not be that good. But anything else in Dark Maul, then it might be good. I mean, sure, yeah, consume poison suit will be interesting. I can't lie. It is a bit of a finicky one to do. That'd be interesting to see the approach. You're not waiting an exit in the suit disguise. That's all I'm gonna say. And yeah, Nezuko will buffer his Vanya 7 disguised by these two Queen's guards outside the train yard here. Is very nicely done here. Kaneta will have coins up on the tailor's house, tailor's shop even. This is like very good stuff. But actually, the servant goes, nah, fuck this, I'm not going through that door. I'm going downstairs and all the way back around. Kaneta's been slapped with the middle finger here by this Vanya servant, who has literally been a meter, not even a meter away from a coin, and goes, no, I'm going to go downstairs, right on the outside of the shop, inside the shop, and go up the stairs. Like, this is just top tier shit assery from the Vanya servant. It's added like 45 seconds onto Kaneta's run, and it's bloody fantastic. So we'll knock him out here. We'll turn on the fuse box. Dragging behind the tail. I mean, quite another unorthodox approach here from Nezuko, just knocking out fucking everyone in the tailor shop here. It's not an approach you always see, but it's worked for him. I have to drag the boys into the corner a little bit more, but I mean, it's worked. It's worked.
Way too risky.
Yeah, quick drink. You can the safer approach here, so to say, with the knockouts after the fuse box onto the tailor. The flag is being raised now for Nezuko. So the Melsham will be moving his way up there. Kaneta, of course, doesn't have that time pressure to deal with. Taylor, of course. The Melsham even already isolated and set up, I would imagine. I think Nezuko will swap back into his Vanya 7 disguise here anyway. Swap into his Queen's Guard disguise. An interesting decision, I think. I think you want to do this while Zeke up here. I really would think that. I think you have the facilities to do so as well. Knocks out both the metal workers here and will buffer his tailor disguise. He will head up to the hills for the tailor disguise, the fog disguise even. Nezuko knocks out the fog that roams around this top area. Melsham, of course, will be here shortly. It doesn't have a crowbar, however, to open up the door, but we'll have to go and find one of them and quickly. You can't find one, unfortunately. Baconair. He's played this really well here. I do think, yes, I like the variation from Nezuko, but I do still think that the Brick Lure and the Skywall Star is just so good for Mumbai, really. Nezuko even gets lots of rush onto the Melsham. Really nice save there indeed from him. He also enters the Fog disguise to get a safe knockout onto the Melsham himself. It's really good indeed. And Claire does the Brick Lure. We'll be knocking out both the guards here. Of course, has his tailor by the metal workers. Depends where his assault rifle is stashed. Oh, on my map, it does seem that it is in the train stash, so it is very nearby. Nezuko has that Melsham hill set up. So, I mean, look, both players are in very similar situations here. Nezuko will have his disguise of the Vanya 7 over here. It's just Kaneta does have that lead. He does have the lead because he is a bit of a head. He's already done the Brick Lure. You have to come back and grab the Vanya 7, and it just depends with these two. If Nezuko wants to do the Brick Lure now, who's the Vanya 7 is close, and that would be what sells it. If you have the closer Vanya 7 to an exit and the Darwood kill, you'd be in the lead for sure. But Kaneta has done the Brick Lure, and he's already got this Vanya kill done now. Poking her in the back, the old pokey poo. Has a assault rifle stash just right next to the kill. So yeah, definitely have a bigger lead here. Mumbai's cool. I will have to retract that statement. What's your mouth colours? I do have a useful thing I like, it's called the timeout command. It is fantastic, I can't lie. But I mean, Nezuko didn't actually have his stash of the loud explosive weapon, which is what he's lost out time to. Of course, he has the better options. You have the old tire, where we saw the train tracks, where we saw Kaneta bring his assault rifle. Even the Fuggers, the Hills itself, has a stash. So perhaps a bit of carelessness from Nezuko is what costs him here. I don't think there's much wrong with the strat itself. Kaneta's played this really well with the Vanya 7 grab. But yeah. Kaneta now with a distraction onto the food vendor here. Not a loud kill, so you can just knock him out safely here.
I don't think I wanted to put the hills on there, I'm not sure.
Nezuko making his way back through the slums here. Perhaps looking for a brick. Could be my one question, or even going for the tailored disguise or what. So there's a bit of things to do here. Kaneta is just waiting. And waiting he does best. For David to come across. Now where's his briefcase gone? He's left it in Narnia. Actually won't be going for the Snell. He's going to go for a throw distraction onto Darwood. Only gets Darwood. Oh, this is beautiful.
No one's searching.
But Darwood won't investigate it. Pog. We'll try and do it again. And you go the serious way. A bodyguard will hear it. So it starts his work Carl here. Kaneta does to do this. We'll knock him out as he moves around the corner there. As Nezuko will start the bricklayer here. And if he has a snail here, he could potentially catch up. But I mean, the lead Kaneta has at the moment is very close. But Nezuko has his Vanya 7 disguise buffered here. He has it buffered here so he can come back to the train tracks. And he has a very close exit if he collects the keys from the food vendors and the vase. So it's definitely going to be very close here. As Kaneta will get a throw distraction off onto Dawood once more. He will investigate and he will try and chain lure him round here. Of course, Dawood's guards will follow him, so he might have a bit of work yet to do here. Dropping the wrench and throwing it once more to get Dawood on the hook here. Kaneta's played this very, very well. Will knock out both the bodyguards. Following Dawood. Of course, one's already knocked out and he does get a successful knockout. Very good stuff there from Kaneta. His briefcase. Oh, nearby. Very close to other people, but it's all fine here. He does get off nevertheless. And Nezuko now trying to knock out Rima. Running away. Being a pain like she always is. The nuisance will let all the other cars knock her out and pass her. I mean, his tailored disguise is pretty far back as well. I mean, so he's definitely got his bit of running and work to do here. But Kaneta now makes his way back through the slums. Of course, his Vanya servant is in the tailor shop here. He will have his micro explosive by the maelstrom. Now it's going to be interesting if the taxi driver here does hear it or not. Probably the closest exit indeed, but Nezuko gets the Vanya kill down. We'll have to drag some bodies quite far back here. Very far back.
Are you for real?
Test this like a bit too much, and if I'm mistake, that's the audio. Peaked a little bit there. If I had that. We'll restart there. You want to try and knock them out. Yes, we talk about prioritising Rima as much as you can, but if it's just not on, there's nothing wrong with knocking out last. But yeah, Kaneta has the other tuk-tuk exits available. The one by Vanya is the one she's going to go for here, putting that as Road's explosive detonator. We'll get the kill off onto the Maelstrom, we'll exit here. By the taxi, Kaneta taking a very good lead here on Mumbai. A good start, first try, flawless run is always good on Mumbai. It's what you want indeed, and it is him taking our first map here. If you didn't know, Dartmoor is our second map here, so we'll go to a short break before seeing what the best map in the trilogy has in store for us.
Carlisle is dead, According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlyle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlyle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlyle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlyle, is cold as ice, tough as nails, and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlyle keeps a case file on the Constant. Information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
So yeah, welcome back here. Dartmoor is our map 2 here, picked by Nezuko-chan. It's going to be an interesting approach here. We do see Kaneta here practicing the fantastic fast forward strat. If you don't know this, then learn it, because it is so good to know. It makes some spins like garden spins that normally would be done in 2.5 minutes. It makes them 3.5, a minute and a half even. Like it's so good. It's such a good map. Danny, if you weren't an RRWC champion, I would time you out. Unfortunately, I would. If you were colored only, I would time you out there. But you aren't. It is a good map. We need to learn it. It is a good map. Just hate on. Both players haven't played this map a lot. We've only seen Kaneta be here twice. Won once, lost once. Nezuko-chan has been here more times, been here 3 times, but has actually lost twice. Still winning the same amount as Kaneta here, but you know, he's got that little bit more of experience. That, yeah, you are, Danny, pretty much. It's that extra 2 minutes experience probably won't help in a real role setting, but you never know. Be interesting to see who comes out on top here. Nezuko will be looking, of course, to tie the series. He'll be looking to do that indeed, and it will be very interesting if he can, or if Kaneta can extend his lead for it. I don't actually know the RNG maps. I generally don't. I probably should, but I don't, which is a shame. I can't talk about what's next up, but yeah, I mean, Dartmoor's going to be. It's going to be a quick one as expected, and it's going to be entertaining 2-3 minutes, however long we're here for. Let's just talk about that map record. I've almost gone the entire time I've talked about my map record. Wow, is it really a joke cast without him gassing himself up? 127. That's so good. And he's done it twice as well. He's done that twice. He must be very good at the game. But yeah, Dartmoor's in. Will come through, and it will be Alexa Carlyle. Electrocution as the suit, so this fast forward strat here from Kaneta will very much help. Just a change up in his stash point here to a taser, and he's sorted. He can just load straight in. Nezuko, however, loading in before Kaneta. Could be perhaps a bit extreme delay, but we never know. There's some stuff here. Kaneta will load in first too. We'll doing this fast forward stuff. Nezuko also loading fast forward. Not quite happy, I think, and he will immediately replan what we want on this map at all. Has a stash in the wrong place. Kaneta very nicely to get past that guard. Of course, just a bump and he will turn around. He gets him past very nicely. Nezuko swapping up stuff here. We'll bring a trank in his briefcase. We'll lose the one in his stash, but it doesn't matter. I don't think he'll need that one. As you see, Kaneta now have a trank off onto Thurnsby. One of the 2 tokens, of course, being on him. Kaneta with a bit of peekaboo here onto the manager's staff. Good bit of awareness then, recognising that he could be a bit close here to Alexa. and we'll use it. Does get red guns from Alexa there, but the gas grenade from Ambrose is actually just so good that you can just bypass that factor and he will come through here. He gets a bit of push. There will be combat from the guard there. Position himself too far to the left. He was way too far to the left there. You want to be actually as close to the door as you can here with that strat, but we've seen Nezuko start the older fast forward strat here with a Seeker. Does get a tank off onto Rebecca right away. I'm sure we'll just see him wait for Alexa to come around the corner here. We'll actually Seeker the managing staff here first. Gets a bit of push and goes against it. It will be investigated, but no, it won't. It's just a bit to delay him, and he will miss his Seeker dart onto Alexa. Will opt to chain lock. I mean, there is a puddle down here that he can use, but he does actually miss his pick back up off the taser. But I mean, there's a car actually somewhere on this map. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I ain't got a clue. But Claire's has ripped, but he's in the lead here. I'd have to say, I can't lie. Claire is 40 seconds away from finishing, if that. Gets red guns again. Basically, we'll find out how much. Alexa is sick. Her guards will come in here, so we have to be careful about him. As you do see him trank the maid, trank the bodyguard, and trank. So he's gonna have no tranks left here, and he's gonna have to get to an exit. I mean, you can just knock out her bodyguard, but even then, getting past these two, you want to trank here to trank both the security guard by the exit and one of the two up there. But he will actually make his way through nevertheless. We'll turn on the tap as Nezuko does get a knockout onto Alexa. Still needs that token off Fernsby. Will actually swap into the bodyguard here to go and get him. KKaneta does get that kill down. We'll have to try and wait for someone to get in to get to the exit. Now, this is what the issue was with banning them tranks. You didn't have to try that bodyguard at the end of the trophy room there. And you'd be hoping for that trank left here. Lots of whoosh from a guard there. Hops over the fence. Still whoosh from all the directions. You have to peek through everyone around the entire place here. Everyone's getting woken up. It's not going in KKaneta's favour here. He will drop down, trying to get his way to the hearse exit here. Nezuko picks up his taser, but as he does, Fernsby, I think, comes through, or one of the NPCs reporting Fernsby's body does come through here, but KKaneta, very nice gun click there onto the guard, but a whoosh from the other guard. He's got guards coming in all locations. Does go around the left side there. KKaneta frees himself up a spot to get to the exit. Quite frantic fashion, KKaneta does get to the exit eventually. With a 2:14 in game time, we'll be taking Dartmoor here. And a very nice 4-0 lead here. That's a very good performance there. Now that first rip get to his head, and it keeps getting better. We've got Marrakesh as our map on the map point here. It's going to be very interesting and good. I love a bit of Marrakesh, I can't lie. I really do. I like the maps that everyone hates. It's great. It's fantastic. I love being myself. And we'll go to a short break before seeing what our map 3 has in store. Can KKaneta complete the sweep, or can Nezuko start a potential reverse sweep?
Good afternoon, 47. Your destination is Marrakesh, Morocco, where civil riots are looming. Your targets are private banker Klaus Strandberg and Army General Reza Zaidan, two of the conspirators in a sinister plot to overthrow Morocco's fragile government. Strandberg, a former bank CEO who stole billions of dollars worth of savings from the Moroccan people, was facing trial for investment fraud. But early this morning, a band of heavily armed mercenaries freed Strandberg from his prison transport, resulting in the death of several police officers. Strandberg now takes refuge at his native Swedish consulate, in front of which crowds of angry protesters have gathered, demanding his handover to Moroccan authorities. We believe General Zaidan orchestrated Strandberg's escape to infuriate the public and spark nationwide riots, allowing Zaidan to impose martial law. Operating out of a field HQ at a nearby abandoned school, he will no doubt use the riots to depict the Rabat government as weak and inept, and persuade the general staff to support a fully fledged military coup in the name of national security. Our client, building contractor Hamilton Lowe, who stands to lose a fortune in government contracts, has hired us to prevent the coup d'etat. To do so, you need to paralyze Zaidan's rebel forces and prevent the riots from escalating further, hence the double contract. This is quite the political powder keg, 47, so be careful. The fate of a nation is at stake.
I will leave you to prepare.
So yeah, welcome back in Marrakesh with our third map. The first of our potential 3 RNG rounds, or 4 if one of these ends in a draw. And Nezuko or KKaneta can force it to that map 6, which we've had a couple of this RRWC, and it's always great when you see them. You know, that far map like Kenny vs Observer, there's another example that's just left my head, unfortunately. But they're always up to high expectations here. Marrakesh, I mean, it's a great map. Another map that KKaneta doesn't have a lot of experience on. Because won once, lost once. But Nezuko has 0 experience on. He's never played Marrakesh in an RR. But I mean, it's a simple map to grasp at first, you know. Most of the disguise grabs can just be nomesic at their simplest, getting class at that 220 mark, and then using intercom for Razor. But there are ways to expand on this, you know. We've seen the 6 strat for Razor, lockdown Klaus. Oh, I love that strat. And then all the different ways to get disguises, you know, like Throat's Fortune Telegraph. Just to name one. You know, you have your options here. It's definitely going to be a very interesting map. And the approach from both is going to be very interesting. I do want to see Lockdown Klaus spin. Just my biased views. I love that strat with I don't know what's about it, but I just love it. You know, there's something special about it. I just like seeing it. It's pleased on the eyes. I managed to go past the prediction. I've talked past. I haven't set the prediction. Good stream of lore. And we do see a nice chain load here for a waiter by KKaneta. Of course, another disguise is typically a waiter. And I mean, if he's doing waiter and execution for Klaus there, I mean, he's just made the timing. That's respectable. Let's go raise the loudest MG prisoner. Okay, you evil, sick being clothed. But yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be a very interesting map. The approach from both. Yes, we might probably see the chance of us seeing the same thing. It's high, but you know, you do have your possibilities not to have the standard. I'll label it as boring stuff from Marrakesh. With the 220 Klaus and the intercom for Razor, but it can still be interesting. You know, fire is allowed for both targets. The cherry bottom for Klaus, for Razor, even the honeycomb for Klaus. Definitely going to have your options there. Fire, but of course, the Molotov as well, you can use. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be very interesting here. Our spin coming in just under 10 seconds here. Can KKaneta complete the sweep, sending Nezuko out of the tournament? Or can Nezuko start a quite remarkable comeback here as our spin will arrive and it will be Razor Zidane? Fallen object as the food vendor. Klaus Hugo Steinberg. Shotgun silenced as the suit. This is a interesting spin. I mean, Razor Fallen objects interesting. Food vendor is one of the hardest disguise grabs you could say, but I mean, you can't start it in a spin. You need to start in the suit. Instead we go flying toilet, Pog. Nezuko eyeing up this conscious of parking start here, likewise with KKaneta, is arguably going for this quick kill. Gets a body shot off onto one of the NPCs there. Go for the truck keys, KKaneta, thank you. I actually haven't said about the truck keys, how actually I think the most important. Sorry, give me a minute. The most important part about Marrakesh is getting them truck keys. I really do believe that. No, it's definitely going to be a very interesting one from the approach. Sorry, my voice has gone really bad. Just drink. Stay hydrated, guys. Nezuko here also silenced the conscious parking. Not going with a body shot onto one of the guards here to get the truck keys. Instead using the remote explosives. Yeah, KKaneta's got this on lock, you know. Like, the exits is going to be very the same timings for the players. After getting that Razor kill. I mean, KKaneta will get the kill, what? At least 30 seconds earlier, I would imagine, with the in-game time difference at the moment. But his exit will be so much closer. The truck exit makes such a difference over the default exit, I can't lie. It makes a lot of sense indeed. I mean, yeah, KKaneta's just waiting now for Klaus to come. Nezuko knocking out the conscious of security here with the vacuum cleaner. Distraction. Also, going to be waiting for Klaus to stroll down at the balcony here. We're waiting. You can't really optimize this at all. It is what it is. Messing around with his shotgun. It's just, you just place items down in random locations, don't you? This is what you do in these situations. You piss about. Because the more you piss about, the more you find out. And the less you piss around, the less you find out. It's great. Waiting patiently as Klaus will be moving his way across here for KKaneta. Nezuko is what, 20, 30 seconds away from this moment. Both players with their shotguns in their briefcases as KKaneta will initiate a chain lure here for Klaus. Won't be investigated the first time. Yes, it will be. I missed the question mark. Does get a chain lure off. Nice into this side room here. Klaus will walk in, not trespassing the suit, of course, and we will see him unpack the shotgun. Eventually, Nezuko also has Klaus coming in here. Now he's taken out the shotgun earlier. Of course, it is an illegal action. You have to be a bit careful with Klaus here. I would put this back in the briefcase, but I mean, yeah, it's really interesting. KKaneta has that killer. Of course, in the giant disguise making his way out, Klaus will actually see the briefcase, and he will just blast him across. Wow, good on you, Nezuko. So yeah, both players is killed. That's going to be a very boring part now, as we're probably seeing a medic onto a food vendor, or even a trank, and you hide behind the stands for a grab there. I mean, it ain't going to be anything interesting, yeah. It's just going to be stand stuff with the food vendor grab. Either you secret them or you just medic them, and then you trank them or what? I just said things I don't understand myself. But swearing off the left side here. He's going to try and distract one, I would imagine. There is actually one that just sits by himself. Good knowledge here indeed from KKaneta. Swapping into the food vendor disguise. He gets a fancy hat as well. Oh yes. We love this. Nezuko's going to use a gas device in a briefcase here. I forgot the word. I forgot the word I was going to say. It's fantastic. Informally labels as the fart in the box, as he will have to wait a little bit here. He extends KKaneta's lead here quite a bit. It's great knowledge of there from KKaneta knowing about that food vendor and taking that to his full advantage here. We'll snare off one of the guards here. We'll actually drop it and then place it down to perhaps get one of the guards moving, but actually it won't work. But he will make his way past anyways. Knocks out one. Doesn't knock out two, but it don't matter. He's into the school here now. It's just as simple as the intercom. And a patient wait for Razor. Can even tranking the soldier here to make it safer. And as he does, and as he moves through, the guard that looks out the window and the little break in the wall there does move. It's fantastic. And if he wants to speed this up as much as he can, he might do a throw distraction here to make Razor move right away, which he will do. Savage. No, he won't. But he will just come up anyways. Waiting at the toilet here, so Nezuko's trying to get into the school, distract one of the street soldiers that does move around here, so he can actually just body shot one of the soldiers. Still gets whoosh anyways. Will shoot with a shot off, will have to be pretty quick here, which he is, and does get through. Good stuff there from Nezuko, but we'll get combat. Bit of a risky shot there, and did result in that rip, unfortunately. Not what we wanted. Nezuko remaking his KKaneta even. Making good work for this. Just waiting patiently for Klaus. Razor even gonna mix up my targets. Let's get up. Come through. This is. I did gas up Marrakesh quite long. Fro's just done me in dirty here with this spin. Waiting. Razor looks down disapprovingly onto the two elite soldiers there. Gets good fortune as well, and he's going to shoot the toilet as well, it seems. Now, I'm more a fan of just kicking the toilet. I'm a kicking the toilet guy. I mean, I don't do it often. I don't drop toilets onto random people's heads quite a lot. But I mean, what I do, I do prefer kicking it rather than shooting it with a suppressed pistol. But I mean, it's your own preference, isn't it? I mean, it is quick to shoot it. But it doesn't matter here. He had a bit of lead in Nezuko anyways, and Nezuko would have had to wait for this, and it's definitely in the favour as he will shoot the toilet, get the animation, get the good old thing here as he will get the go on to Razor. Drops down in the meantime as well. Good stuff there indeed from KKaneta running to the exit. Nezuko unfortunately had that rip and decided that was it for him, but the KKaneta will be taking the win anyways here. Reaching to the exit, Nezuko is out. RRWC22 at the losers bracket round 3 part. GG's indeed for KKaneta. Is advancing to the lower bracket round 4 stage after a commanding win today. Had the better of Nezuko on every map. We'll see how the brackets line up because of this, of course, another loser bracket around 4 games. We down here, Pog, KKaneta. We'll move on to fair losers. The loser of game 47, which is Observer versus Danny Buser. So perhaps a rematch of the previous RWC final. Of course, Danny is the favourite going into that game against Observer, but we never know. Observer could come out on top later today, and we look at our current matches, and it will be at 18 CET casted by Mando, the Observer versus Danny game. More games left to do though. Fro versus Fanium on Sunday. Crimex versus Reaper on Tuesday. Punk versus the Time Cube on Thursday. I'm sure more games will be scheduled while we wait, but thank you everyone for coming out today. Thank you for admin. As always, it's always a appreciated job. Admin in games, tough job and grand job, great spins, and we'll see everyone very shortly for more Red Rivals World Championships 2022. Bye bye.